Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And today let's take a closer look at the Mayhew Catspaw mini pick set. Now this is a set of 4 picks. It comes in this little plastic bag, or you put it in the plastic bag yourself. But anyway, these are kind of 4 standard picks, standard design. It doesn't have my absolute favorite, which is, this shape here. Get that to focus. That's my favorite pick, but it has these, and these are also very handy, these shapes. This is kind of a new one. I discovered that with my PB Swiss set, but just Snap-on doesn't have that one in their set. But these are pretty standard, this one's a little bit more than the right angle. Right angles are pretty common, but the difference here has to do more with the thickness of the shaft and the handle. So first of all, when I compare them out here, if I start out with the PB Swiss, and I'll just go right into the middle of the shaft there, I'm getting about 3 millimeters for the PB Swiss shafts. Then if I go to the Snap-on, I'm getting about 3.3. And then if I go to the Mayhew, right in the middle, I'm getting about 3.6, something like that. So this is definitely a thicker shaft than the other two. And if we compare them, let's compare the awls. I've got 4 of them here. 2 Snap-ons. Let's see how those look. Those are pretty close. I'm just going to go with the one. Now let's look at these 3 tips. Now they are different kinds of tips. So the Mayhew is in the middle, the PB Swiss is on the right, and the Snap-on is on the left. Now I may have polished this one, it looks like it, after dulling it. So the PB Swiss is definitely the more precise, and it starts its taper way back here, whereas the other two are a little more spear-shaped. This particular, we'll go to the 2 larger ones, this particular shape does dictate what it can be used for. In other words, how fragile that front end is and what it fits into. But here's something I did notice. I'm gonna bend this in my hand. Just apply some pressure so you can see. In fact, I'll do it this way. Here got it in my left hand, and I'm trying to bend the shaft. Clear it up. There you go. So you can kind of see the flex there. Here's the Snap-on. It's pretty flexy. And here's the PB Swiss. It's the most flexy of all. So this is probably the most stout. The next big difference is the handle. If you compare the height, or the length, or the size of the handles, here's across 4 different ones, you can see it's definitely longest, and it definitely has the greatest guard up here, both because of the kind of the depression as it works its way up towards the front, but also just that sheer size. It's a square or a rectangular handle with a slight orientation. They've kind of taken their Dominator pry bar or screwdriver handle and made it oriented. Now, that also means they've got jimping on one side. I mean, it isn't just a little asymmetrical. It's designed to be held in a certain way. And if you look, they've chosen, I don't know, maybe at random, I don't know, the direction, how these are going to be held. Maybe not. I mean, right-hand use. They all point in that direction. They must be onto something, so you can see that. And then, if you take a closer look, you can see the jimping right up front. Only PB Swiss on my set does that. Theirs is really heavily jimped compared to, they're textured, compared to Snap-on, which doesn't do anything on theirs. I don't mind that. I don't think it's as critical as with their small screwdrivers. I think it's really important there, and I wouldn't mind seeing more knurling, down here, because oftentimes you're spinning them fast in this area. But I guess that's maybe for a little bit more control, precision, or something as you want to choke up on it. So you might do better having some knurling up on this end. Now I want to show you something. The PB Swiss handles, are translucent, so you can see through them. And I've got a neodymium magnet here, and as I put this on, I can slide it up So you can see, I'll do it this way. I'll flip this around so you can see it. I'm sliding it up so you can see at what point it falls off, and what point it sticks. So if I have it back here and let go, you can kind of see that it lines up about where that shaft ends inside the handle. So taking that information, what I can do is go to others. So we go to the snap-on. It's a little more textured, or a little more grippy here, so it's harder to see where it slides. Let me do it on this one. So we can see as we slide it back. So it's going to fall off back here if I let go. So my guess is the shaft in the snap-on goes quite a ways back. Get a pick here to show you. So probably about to here. Now using that same logic, let's go to the Mayhew Catspaw here and start sliding this back. And it falls off about right there. If I let go, look at that. So my guess is that the shaft ends about right here. Now, is that a big deal? Well, assuming that this end here, the working end, is going to be under about the same amount of force, what I can do is actually measure that. Let's say it's about here. It's about that long. And then compare that to the snap-on. It's about the same. And the PB Swiss, it's definitely longer. So that's my guess as to what's inside these things. I needed another set of mini picks for a project, and I thought, I've been looking at different Mayhew tools, and I thought these looked pretty good. And $15 for the entire set. They're made in Taiwan, rubberized, nice handles. The strong, or the beefiest shafts of any of the ones that I've worked with. I'm sure there's tons of different possibilities out there. This is the package it comes in. Originally I put them tipped down for safety, but what I found is it was too hard to get them out. So I put them tip up in here now. And then just am careful when I get it out. But you can see Mayhew has made a nice colorful mini pick set for affordable price, made in Taiwan versus Switzerland or America here. I wish they had the one that I really like. This guy here, I mean, that really is my favorite pick. This is the PB Swiss. Got it in the snap-on. It's just so incredibly handy. By the way, this particular pick in the long version, it's packed at the moment, but that's going into my overlanding kit. The long version of this pick head, I've decided, just because I use it for so many different things. Anyway, so that is the Catspaw, the Mayhew Catspaw. Let me line them all up here. The Mayhew Catspaw mini pick set. If you're interested. There we go, finally. With that, Doc out.